So I've been playing with the Airpods Max for the last couple of days, and there's some things I really hate about it and some things I really love about it. Today we're going to get into 5 things that I love and hate about the Airpods Pro Max. So let's get into the bad stuff first. So this has got to be the worst design case that I've ever seen on a headphone. Like, this is how it looks with the case on. I mean, like, all the memes about this looking like a purse is absolutely true. It does look like a purse in real life as well. I don't know what they were thinking when they designed this thing, because there's so many like design flaws in it. I'm just going to bring up a few. First of all, the case has a lot of exposed areas. So as you can see, the whole like top side of the headphone, as well as some of the bottom parts of the headphone are exposed. I'm not sure why they did it this way. Maybe it's like to do with cooling or something, but it is exposed, so you can get scratches in those areas if you put this inside a bag. Secondly, they are made of soft material, and the backside of these headphones are made of aluminium. So aluminium is not the strongest material in the world. So if you do have these in the bag, or if you drop them on the side, there is a possibility that these things might get dented with the case on. There's this cutout over here which allows you to charge the headphones while they're in the case, but it's so easy to put these things the wrong way. There's no indication as to which way you're supposed to put them in. And then as you can see, you can't charge the headphones anymore and you have to swap them around again. So I don't know what the point of this case is. It's not protective. It just hinders the design of these headphones. I don't get it. This is probably the worst design thing Apple has ever made, and probably worse than the charging port on the Apple mouse. Yeah, that bad. Secondly, these things cost $550. These are the Sony WH-XM3 1000, and they cost about $250. You can get the XM4s. Now, probably because the XM4s are out, you'll probably get them for $200, but the XM4s have a few extra features over this, but they sound pretty similar to these. More than double the price for this compared to this, which is like industry leading in terms of sound quality and things, but we'll get to the sound quality later. The third thing I don't like about the Airpods Pro Max is the portability aspect of it. First of all, since it's made of metal, it is a little bit heavy. And when you put it on your head as well, it doesn't feel as heavy because of the way it's designed on the top of your head, but you can tell there's something substantial on your head. Because it's designed this way, you can't really bend them in any way, so they'll never be smaller than this. This is the smallest that they'll ever be. And plus, this top part over here is made of mesh. If there's something sharp in your bag, it could tear into this fabric as well. So I don't feel super comfortable putting these in a bag, especially since the case is as bad as it is. So portability wise, these things aren't the best, as opposed to the Sonys, which will like fold up like this and become like smaller. So, you know, it's substantially smaller in this configuration, even with the case, compared to the Airpods Max. And the last thing I'd really complain about these headphones is the lack of Android support. If you're completely in the Apple ecosystem, then these things work great. But if you have a particular device that's like, say, a tablet, that's an Android tablet, or I have an extra phone over here that's an Android phone, or you want to connect these up to your TV or something like that, you lose a lot of functionality of these headphones that make them as amazing as they are. And now let's get to that amazing part. Now, the first thing, let's talk about the sound quality. I was really amazed by how good these things sound. They don't get crazy loud, they get substantially loud. Like, I was never at 100% listening to music. I did try it out, but even at 100%, everything sounds so good. You can really hear the separation between different instruments. The highs sound good, the mids sound good, even the bass sounds good. And at max volume, you will feel the bass like thumping, but it never distorts, and it always sounds crisp and clean. And that is something I really appreciate about these. I was really impressed with the sound quality of the XM3, but this surpasses it. I wouldn't say by a lot, but if these sound like a 9, then these sound like a 10. Additionally, they have like this technology in here. They have a H1 chip, the same chip that's in your AirPods, that's in each ear cup, and that allows it to kind of figure out your sound profile for your ear and the way that it's sealed around your ear and give you the best quality sound possible. Now, I don't know exactly if that's working or not, but all I know is that it sounds really, really good. The second thing is the noise cancellation, and even more impressive than that is the ambient mode. or what Apple calls transparency. Comparing it to the Sony's, I feel like the noise cancellation itself is slightly better on the Sony. It cuts out more sound, but the ambient mode is far superior on the AirPods Max. Like, you could have a proper conversation, and even when you're using it as a mic, for example, if you're on a Zoom call or something like that, you can hear yourself so clearly, and it feels like you almost don't have headphones on. It's that good. Like, you could wear them all day in transparency mode and feel really comfortable and be able to listen to everything that's happening around you, and the sound doesn't really get muffled or anything like it does on the Sony XM3. Now I'll show you guys a comparison real quick about how the difference in sound using some white noise. All right guys, so a couple of things before we get into the comparison of the noise cancellation. Check out how beautiful these headphones are, man. They look like $500 headphones. They have a full metal back. They have these detachable magnetic ear cups. You can see how the drivers look inside. They look sick. Feels well built for sure. You can even tell that the inside of the rubberized part is metal. And of course, all the materials and stuff that are used feel like super premium and A grade. It's very comfortable. Even though it's heavy, it doesn't put stress on your head, like even when moving them around. I wouldn't run with these, that's for sure. But you know, other than the portability aspect of it, it doesn't feel like you're, you know, over encumbered with these things. Now we're going to do the sound check. So as you can see, I have this little lapel mic over here from my wireless kit. And what we're going to do is I'm going to put this mic inside the ear cup, and I'm going to play some white noise from my computer. And we're going to be able to see the difference in the sound for noise cancellation as well as for transparency mode. So let's start off with noise cancellation for the AirPods. So this is what it sounds like with the white noise. We're going to put it's inside the ear cup now. So this is what it sounds like with noise cancellation. And this is with transparency mode. So what you're hearing right now is the sound coming from my mouth, going through the speakers of the AirPods and coming back into the ear cup and going through the mic, and that's what you're listening to right now. So you can hear now the whole environment with the white noise, and this is with the white this is with noise cancellation on. So you can see it's a pretty tremendous difference. But now you'll notice the Sony's, they actually even cut out that little bit of hiss that you have. So this is the Sony's noise cancellation mode.
Ambient Sound.
And this is the Ambient Sound mode. So now you guys can tell whether you guys can hear anything or not. Apple's is so much better. You can actually hear yourself very clearly. In fact, it feels a little bit enhanced on the Apple one, and this just feels like it's trying to let the sound in, but it's just so muffled. So anyway guys, that was the quick comparison between the AirPods and the Sony's. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Now, the third thing I would say is the amazing integration with Apple devices. Just as the Android thing is a con, this has some really deep integration with Apple devices. So if you have the whole ecosystem, an iPhone, an iPad, a Mac, and these things are going to seamlessly switch between all your devices. If I'm on my MacBook Air or on my iMac over here, it just switches to whichever one is playing the audio instantly. And it's also got spatial audio, which is an amazing feature that Apple has. So just think about it this way. If your iPad is in front of you and you're wearing these AirPods, and as you turn your head, the sound will stay towards the iPad, simulating like the speakers are making the sound from the iPad. And it gives you a spatial surround sound kind of feeling, a 5.1 digital Dolby kind of effect, and it sounds really good. It's available on the AirPods Pro as well, but I didn't find it that convincing on the AirPods Pro compared to these things. When you have these things on, you can really tell the difference with spatial audio. And the last thing I would say is the way that you control these AirPods. They only have two input devices on these AirPods. The sides are not touch sensitive or anything like that. They have a digital crown, and a button for noise cancellation, and you can reprogram that to whatever you want. So the digital crown allows you to adjust the volume. You can click on it to pause and play the music, as well as double click to forward and triple click to rewind. I wish they had a few more features connected to the digital crown. Like if I want to scrub in a podcast, for example, or a movie, it would be awesome if I could just click and scroll to move my playhead around. But the way that this controls is far better than any other headphone that I've used with physical buttons, or like the touch sensitive sides on the Sonys. It's a little bit finicky on this. On this, it's always a consistent and smooth experience. So really enjoy the input method. I just wish they had a little bit more functionality with that digital crown. All right, guys, it's time for the conclusion. Those are my pros and cons about the AirPods Max. If it wasn't this expensive, I would recommend to get them if you're in the Apple ecosystem. But at its current price of $550, it's a really hard recommendation to make unless you are like a crazy audiophile and you really want the best quality sound ever. Then go ahead and buy the AirPods Max and you won't be disappointed. But for everybody else, I would highly suggest go for the Bose headphones or for the Sony XM3s or XM4s that have just come out. They have like 90% of the sound and more functionality, and they work across larger selection of devices. So I think the AirPods Max are only for the real die-hard Apple fans. Anyway guys, that's it for this video. If you liked it, hit that like button, leave me a comment, subscribe to watch more videos like this, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.